Hi, welcome back to Just an Everyday Fan. So today we're going to talk about the road to the playoffs and what I think this might mean for the Fever. Now, we still know that it's anybody's game. So positions 1 through 5, and I'm going to say Minnesota, Atlanta, New York, Phoenix, and Las Vegas, those are shored up. There will be some movement, but not a lot in those positions. Now, the big question mark is going to be the 6th, 7th, and 8th position in the playoff spots. So currently, because the Valkyries lost last night and Indiana won, Indiana is now sitting at number 6 seed. Valkyries are at 7, Seattle are at 8, and the Sparks are at 9. And this is anyone's guess, right? I'm just guessing. So what I've done is I've kind of split the difference and said, okay, let's look at the schedules for these three teams and the remaining schedules and what they might look like. So we know Indiana plays Minnesota 3 more times. We have 9 games remaining to play. Of those 9, Minnesota is 3, Mercury is 1. Those are 4 games right off the bat that I think are going to be losses. The Mercury, and I only say that because we are down so many players. And with Sophie Cunningham going out yesterday in yesterday's game, that hurts because Sophie had turned it on the last 5 or 6, 7 games. She was really, really contributing in shooting, defense, everything. And now we don't know about the knee injury. Sophie, if you're out there, please know that your fans are praying for you and praying for a quick return. And we hope that it is not a season-ending injury. Getting back to the Indiana Fever. So Minnesota 3 times, Mercury 1 time, Seattle 1 time, LA Sparks 1 time, Golden State Valkyrie once, Chicago once, and Washington once. The only one I can pretty much for sure say that we're going to win is Chicago. The other 5 are up in the air. Like, they're just up in the air with the way that the Golden State Valkyrie game went the other night. You just never know. It's like Mitchell. When Mitchell's on, she's on. When she's not, she's not. When Howard's on, she's on. When she's not, she's not. And Lexi can be the same way. So I know we have Odyssey Sims stepping in, and Odyssey did a great. She is integrating into this team. She's not fully loaded. She's doing a great job, but the pressure is there. And I think she contributed well yesterday, but every game might not be like that. So we have to be realistic about this. So let's look at Golden State Valkyrie. They're in number 7. Left on their schedule, they have the Mercury twice, New York once, Minnesota twice. They have a tough schedule. So I'm going to say that all of those are going to be losses. You're looking at least 5 losses for Golden State. Seattle, they're sitting at number 8. I'm going to say Seattle is going to have the potential to move up. They have the easiest remaining season that anyone has. So Seattle plays Minnesota once and New York once. That's it. They have 2 hard games that they're going to take losses on. Other than that, they play Chicago twice, Dallas, Washington, Indiana, LA Sparks, and Golden State. They are going to potentially move up, which is going to be crucial because that means that Indiana and Golden State are going to be fighting for the number 7 and 8 seed. Now, this is also not taking in consideration LA Spark. Since Cameron Brink has been back, LA has turned it on. So we can't count them out not to move up. But they're slotted. What they have left to play is Phoenix twice, Atlanta twice. I'm going to call those as losses. They have Dallas, Indiana, Washington, and Seattle. Now, so they're going to have at least 4 losses. We're going to call it 4. And they have potential for taking, depending on what's going on. Now, Indiana and Golden State both have hard seasons to go, the rest of the season. So Golden State, as I said, they play the Mercury twice, they play New York, they play Minnesota twice. That's 5 losses. Indiana, they play Minnesota 3 times, the Mercury once, so that's 4 solid losses. But then we have Seattle, LA, Washington, Golden State. So those are all question marks. So you're going to see the 6, 7, 8, and 9 really, really, really taking off and really, really fighting for these positions. Position matters because the 1 seed is going to play the 8 seed. So if Indiana falls into that 8th slot, we're going to play Minnesota right off the bat, first game. So we're not going to progress into the playoff. Minnesota is 28-5. And they are playing at the top of their game, even without their number 1 player. New York has slipped a bit. They're in 3rd. Atlanta is in 2nd. You have to look at all these. These are all tight. No one is even close to Minnesota. So your number 8 seed is going to play your number 1 seed. Your number 7 seed is going to play your number 2 seed. Your number 6 is going to play number 3, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be very difficult to move forward. You're going to make the playoff, but you're not going to have a deep run. So the 8 and 7 seeds are going to immediately play the number 1 and 2 spots. And it's going to be difficult. Not saying an upset could not happen, but it is going to be difficult. And if I said we had a whole team and Caitlin was back, she was integrated, she was playing and she was hitting like her old self, I would say we had a possibility to actually move up even further. But that's really not the case. We don't even know if she's coming back. I mean, no one has said anything. We haven't seen her in practices. We haven't seen her integrated into 5-on-5. They can't just drop her in. So my question is, do you think Caitlin Clark is going to be back for the season? With Sophie being out, do you think it would be wise for Caitlin to sit the season out? She has missed 22 games. Her season is done, pretty much. She cannot come back in and integrate, I don't think, and do anything other than another potential injury. We've seen how some of these teams are playing and taking out players. So what do y'all think? The road to the playoffs. Does Indiana have a chance? Or do you think they don't? Because I did not expected the clawback that happened and occurred yesterday to occur. It was definitely a team effort. And it would have never happened had Odyssey Sims, had Howard not done what she did on the putbacks, and had Kelsey not started hitting. We see what it's like when Kelsey's not hitting, when she's held to 4 points to the half, right? We're down 21 points. So when Caitlin's not in there, Kelsey's not in there, and Boston is having to play other positions, we see the actual turnout of that particular scenario. And it's not good. So what do y'all think? Should Caitlin return? Do you think she's going to return? Should she return? And do you think the Indiana Fever have a shot at the road to the playoffs given this? Because Seattle has an easy schedule of everyone. They have the easiest schedule. They're going to move up. So they're going to go from 8 seed to potentially 7, 6, and possibly 5, depending on what the Las Vegas Aces do. So let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.